I have been through every punitive punishment you can think of. Anything you can think of you can do to a young man, I've experienced it. And the first day I met Miss P, this happened.
We want you to be a part of our first experience together, so we're going to role play. You're my student. It's the first day of school, August the 9th, 2009. And if you can, remember back how excited you were in August. Now you're not so much. Research shows that in August we're here, and then in October we're in the valley of despair. Yeah, and then we come back to the mountaintop in January, but in March we need spring break. Amen? So remember August, how excited you were to meet your students. I always work diligently on my opening monologue because we have to sell ourselves to students nowadays, particularly in high school. So it went something like this. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. What an honor it is to be your teacher. You know, I can't believe I get paid to do this. Not very much, but it's enough to keep the home fires burning. I know you've walked into a class that you're so fearful of, public speaking. According to a Gallup poll, students, the fear of public speaking is number 1, and the fear of dying is number 7. So you would rather die than be in my class. And I understand that. The Board of Education feels this class is so important that they've required it for graduation. So you're mandated to sit in this class. So I need to address the elephant in the room. Fear. In this room, there won't be any. I'm not talking about this because this is a biological fear. To stand behind a podium in front of your peers and be judged by a teacher in the back of the room with a clipboard and a red pen. I'm talking about fear of the audience. So what I can do for you is I can create a family atmosphere in here where when you do step behind here and you look out, you'll see a sea of cheerleaders. A family. I know this doesn't sound correct for 9th and 12th graders to be in the same room and all of a sudden I'm going to magically have you be best friends. But it is kind of that way. I'm going to create a place in a room where you won't want to ever leave. On the last day of school, there'll be a few tears because for the first time, some of you have experienced what it's like to have a family, and you don't want to let that go. So, don't be fearful. We'll work on this later, but don't be fearful of one another because there will be only positivity in this room. You see, I believe in something called the self-fulfilling prophecy. That if you believe it will happen, it will. And so I believe there will just be positivity and joy that will be exuded in this room. We'll make mistakes as we try to get along with one another. We're imperfect people. And sometimes those mistakes will be in behavior. But I don't run to a referral and write you up. In fact, students, I don't even have any referrals. I've never even used one. I don't know what they look like because I believe that I'm going to kind of use a coaching model that when you do make a mistake in behavior, I'm going to coach you up. You see, football coaches, if a player drops a football, fumbles it, they don't kick them off the team or sit them on the bench typically, unless you're from Alabama. They teach you more how to hold the ball. So that's what I'm going to do.